Hello and welcome back. We are
The Forgotten Truth.
And today we're going to be talking about the recent school shooting tragedy in Uvalde. So, last Tuesday, 19 children and 2 teachers had been shot and killed. The deadliest shooting since almost 10 years ago at the elementary school in Connecticut in 2012. Now, how do you feel about the recent tragedy?
It's definitely terrible, and the worst thing that I heard is how the cops were standing outside of the classroom, not wanting going in. So I'm wondering, was it a hostage situation, or were they just letting innocent children die?
Exactly. So the shooter, Salvador Ramos, he was 18, and before the accident, he killed his grandmother. And I mean, he had no criminal record. He passed his background check to receive his assault rifle. So that's why people are saying that there needs to be the rifle ban or even stronger litigations on assault rifles, which is just completely breaking the Second Amendment. Hopefully, like in the past, hopefully nothing is passed that diminishes our Second Amendment right.
And the terrible thing is that it was a school for just 2nd to 4th graders, so
exactly.
He definitely, well, I don't know if that was his plan, but he was definitely going for younger people that had no chance of stopping him.
Yeah. I mean, it's terrible. He definitely had psychological issues.
Or something must have been going on in his life.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows, but...
So there were 19 officers waiting outside of the school building and inside the school building. And, I mean, they heard the gunshots. So I don't know why they didn't act.
They didn't do anything. 19.
Yeah.
I mean, easily stop. Maybe with one.
They could have saved countless lives.
Yes, and they just didn't.
I mean, even the police officers, since they were just sitting outside, I'm pretty sure it's the police chief, and he's being investigated because he's the one who was telling him not to go in.
Yeah, he needs to be.
Yeah. So we were talking about how this is going to turn into a debate on whether the assault rifle should still be allowed, and Congress is going to have to get involved. How do you feel about the government taking even more rights away from us?
Oh, I definitely think that because of one man, that should not stop all people. Obviously, it's not like we're all going to be like him. They need to take the assault rifles away from only the people that have done something, which...
And that's why background checks.
Yeah. Yes, and people with psychological problems or autism shouldn't be allowed to have them, just in case of any...
Now, it's similar to the police officer issues, where one or a couple of police officers show brutality towards different races or ethnicities, and it just ruins it for everybody. One bad apple ruins it.
For the whole batch.
So, President Biden recently visited Uvalde on Sunday, and he said that his administration would start to take action so that another mass shooting would not occur. I don't really see how Biden going there would do anything.
Yeah.
That wouldn't really affect anything, especially because there's not going to be another school shooting there. But
also, I'm wondering, I mean, how do the parents feel about the officers not entering the room?
I'm sure they're very, very angry.
But
I mean, if it was my kid, if it was my kid who was in a classroom and the cops knew that
there was a shooter
in the classroom and
murdering
he was shooting
people
kids,
while they were there.
Exactly. I mean, they should have just busted right in and just taken them out. So the National Rifle Association held its annual meeting in Houston on Friday. There was a lot of people there, including former President Donald Trump and Ted Cruz, the Republican of Texas, and there were multiple different speakers who were talking to people. Now, people just believe that banning the gun will get rid of the problem itself.
It definitely won't.
And it won't at all. Banning the gun has nothing to do with it. It's a madman with the gun.
Yes.
He could have,
it's not the gun, it's the person with the gun.
And that same gun has probably saved countless lives in self-defense. So, banning the gun isn't the problem.
Yeah.
this little pause now.
Yeah. They don't seem to point out that the same type of weapon has saved countless lives while being used for self-defense or other public accidents, which is definitely not true. I'm sure rifles of the same type or anything in that group has done so much better for people than it has for the worse.
And I mean, it's completely taking away our rights if they're going to say, hey, we're going to ban this rifle, because since this country has been formed, we've had our Second Amendment rights so that we can protect ourselves and our families and others.
Yes.
We did that very quick. We did that very quick.
All right, let's do the ending thing. All right, that's all that we have for you today, and we'll see you next time on a video.